Hi, I'm Jay Lutzky, an attorney, and people have asked me what debts or bills will not be wiped out during a bankruptcy. There's a variety of those. First, if you owe child support or you have an obligation to pay alimony, that will be something that will not be discharged in a bankruptcy. Next would be if you had a DWI, driving while intoxicated situation, and you injured someone, and someone possibly died, and there were financial damages, that debt will not be wiped out in a bankruptcy. Next is student loans. Some are wiped out, some aren't. It depends upon the situation. It depends upon your age, whether it was a government obligation, it was a government secured one or not. That's an iffy category. You also have options to file different types of bankruptcies to work out payment plans with student loans. Some debts that are not wiped out include if the bankruptcy court decides not to wipe out that debt because you didn't list property or you left the debt out. I had a case several years ago where someone had an accident case, got a large settlement, did not list the accident case in the bankruptcy, did not list the settlement in the bankruptcy. The accident lawyer never said anything. Afterwards, it came to light that she got about $25,000 from an accident. Her accident lawyer got sued by the bankruptcy court. She got sued by the bankruptcy court for failing to list that asset. If she had listed the asset, she could have kept it, because in the bankruptcy court there's ways to keep certain things called an exemption, and you can keep a lot of assets in a bankruptcy. Another obligation that would not be wiped out in a bankruptcy is one that you ran up right before the bankruptcy. Or if you had property and you gave it to a friend or relative before bankruptcy, that's something that's shunned upon, and the court can actually go after that person to get back the money. Also, taxes. Most taxes that are debts that you owe the government, IRS, federal, city, or state, those will not be wiped out in a bankruptcy. If you have a fine or a penalty from a criminal case, for example, you go to criminal court and you're found guilty of speeding, and they say you're supposed to pay $200 for a speeding ticket, that obligation will not be wiped out in a bankruptcy court. Generally, any government debt or government obligation will not be wiped out in a bankruptcy. If you're not sure, come see me. We'll go over a list of your debts. We'll go over the categories to see which ones will be eliminated and which ones won't. And the other thing is, if you have a debt for something where there's collateral, such as a car loan, if you don't pay the car loan, the finance company can repossess the car. You don't get a free car then. However, if they repossess the car, that debt for the car may be eliminated in the bankruptcy. Same thing with a mortgage. If you have a house and there's a mortgage which says you are guaranteeing to the bank or finance company, you're pledging that house as collateral. If you don't pay that mortgage, they can start a repossession or foreclosure action against you, and they could get the house back from you. Or you could file a bankruptcy and work out a payment plan through the bankruptcy court. Or if you don't keep the house and you let it go to foreclosure and you owe money on that debt may be eliminated in the bankruptcy. So whatever your situation is, and if you have any questions, make a list of your debts and put them into categories, and we're happy to go over those categories with you to see which ones will be eliminated and which won't, and what your options are in possibly filing a bankruptcy. Thank you.